After 25 years of getting my hands dirty and installing thousands of plants, I've learned one painful lesson. A beautiful plant in a plastic pot means nothing if it can't survive in your yard. Most people buy what looks pretty today, but professional landscapers buy what will look legendary 10 years from now. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on my top 10 evergreen list, the absolute survivors that are drought-tolerant, pest-resistant, and high-impact. If you want a garden that works for you instead of you working for it, this is your blueprint. Let's start with the plant that revolutionized the industry, the knockout rose. Before these arrived in 2000, roses were high-maintenance divas prone to black spot and aphids. Knockouts change the game because they're self-cleaning, meaning you don't have to deadhead them to keep the blooms coming. They'll push out vibrant colors from early spring all the way until the first hard frost. They love full sun and are incredibly drought-tolerant once established. If you want massive color without the chemical sprays, this is your foundation plant. Number 2 is Liriope muscari, specifically Big Blue. Think of this as the utility player of your garden. Whether you need to define a walkway, hold back erosion on a slope, or fill a transition zone between sun and shade, this evergreen grass-like perennial does it all. It's tough as nails, handling extreme humidity and bone-dry soil. In late summer, it surprises you with spikes of purple flowers that look like miniature hyacinths. Pro tip: in late February, shear them back to about 4 inches. This clears out the old winter burn foliage so the new, bright green blades can emerge perfectly in spring. If you want a garden that appeals to all senses, you need the tea olive, or Osmanthus fragrans. Visually, it's a solid, glossy evergreen shrub that makes a perfect privacy screen, but its real secret is the scent. Its tiny white flowers produce a fragrance reminiscent of ripe apricots and peaches that can drift 50 feet away. Unlike most plants that only bloom in spring, the tea olive is an opportunistic bloomer. Anytime the temperature swings warm during fall or winter, it will burst into scent, giving you a reason to step outside when the rest of the world is gray. Forget the stiff, prickly hollies of the past. The Oakleaf holly is part of the Red Holly series, and it is pure class. It grows in a natural, upright, pyramidal shape with foliage that actually looks like, you guessed it, oak leaves. It's a self-fruiting variety, which means it doesn't need a male pollinator to produce those iconic bright red berries that birds crave in winter. It's highly adaptable to heavy clay soils and works perfectly as a soft, elegant corner anchor for your house or a tall privacy hedge that doesn't look like a wall of plastic. Number 5 is a double threat, Camellia sasanqua and Camellia japonica. To have a professional-grade landscape, you should plant both. Sasanquas are sun-tolerant and bloom in the fall, while japonicas prefer shade and bloom in late winter. By mixing them, you get rose-like, lush blossoms during the coldest months of the year. They are slow growers, which means they won't outgrow their space quickly, and they can live for a century. Just give them slightly acidic soil and a thick layer of pine bark mulch to protect their shallow root systems. When the summer heat starts to bake your garden and other flowers start to wilt, the Goldsturm Rudbeckia is just getting started. This is a native powerhouse that provides a sea of golden yellow petals for 6 weeks or more. It's my go-to for perennializing a landscape because it's incredibly hardy and spreads just enough to fill gaps without being invasive. Landscaper secret? Don't cut the stalks down in the fall. The dried seed heads provide essential winter food for goldfinches and add a beautiful architectural look to a frosted garden. We've come a long way from the boring spireas of the 80s. Modern varieties like double play candy corn are like having 3 different plants in one season. In spring, the new growth emerges in electric red and orange. By summer, it turns a bright pineapple yellow with purple flowers. And in the fall, it transitions into a deep russet. It's a deciduous shrub, but it's so densely branched that it still provides structure in the winter. It's virtually indestructible, perfect for those difficult spots in full sun. If you have a large space and want a wow factor, look no further than the Chinese Snowball Viburnum. This isn't your average shrub. It can grow 10 to 15 feet tall and wide. In the spring, it is completely smothered in lime green clusters that fade to pure snowy white. These snowballs can be as big as a grapefruit. It's the plant that makes strangers knock on your door to ask what it is. While the bloom only lasts a month, the deep green, leathery foliage remains beautiful and disease-free all summer long. Most people struggle with lavender because it hates wet feet and high humidity. That's why I only use the phenomenal variety. It was specifically bred to handle the heat and dampness that kills other lavenders. It provides that classic silvery blue foliage and that calming scent we all love. It's a must-have for herb gardens or as a low hedge along a sunny path. Just remember the landscaper's rule. Plant it in a spot with maximum sun and add some crushed stone or grit to your soil to ensure the drainage is lightning fast. Finally, the plant that fixed the biggest flaw in southern gardening, the Encore azalea. Old-fashioned azaleas are one-hit wonders. They bloom for 2 weeks in April, and then they're just a green bush for the rest of the year. Encores are different. They bloom in the spring, then again in midsummer, and give a final, massive show in the fall. They are more sun-tolerant than traditional varieties and come in every color from pure white to deep purple. If you want the most bloom for your buck, this is the best investment you can make. There you have it, 25 years of trial and error condensed into 10 perfect plants. When you build your landscape around these proven performers, you aren't just planting a garden, you're building a legacy that gets better with every passing season. Which of these is your favorite? Or is there a tough-as-nails plant I missed? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if it helped you, and subscribe to PlantDo Home and Garden for more professional tips. I'll see you in the next one.